I got it. Ooh, Savannah Citadel Day. What about Savannah Citadel Night? Alright, so here's the rival battle. Silver. I mean, who else is it gonna be, guys? Sonic. Is that really you? Or are you some kind of fake sent for the Chaos Emeralds? Hey, it's playing his theme. Dreams of an Absolution. Yeah, so this time around we're battling in Crisis City, even though in Sonic 06 we didn't fight in Crisis City, we fought in Newtown Soliana. Which I feel like they should have done. I wish they would have done that, because considering how the other two rival battles took place in levels that weren't used for the main stage, you know. Case in point. Oh man. Yeah, case in point, Metal Sonic was Stardust Speedway. Yeah, case in point, Metal Sonic with Stardust Speedway, and then Shadow with the Arc. I just think it would have been cooler that if Silver also got that treatment, and we... Oh man. That we would have like had a special stage dedicated just for the rival battle. I think I gotta hit those back at him. Yeah, I'm gonna start over. I just remembered how I'm supposed to do this. I was wondering why I didn't have a chance to attack him, but now I remember what I'm supposed to do. What I'm supposed to do is homing attack all this debris. I will say though, the battle between these two is much better and cooler in this game than in Sonic 06. I mean, can't forget the infamous Sonic 06 rival battles, especially with how broken Silver is. This time around it's better, and I just feel like both Sonic and Silver get to really put their powers to full use, and they're in their elements. Oh my god. Well, okay, to be fair, with the old rival battle, Silver still was able to use the psychokinesis pretty well. Sonic and Shadow, on the other hand, were the ones who were kinda handicapped due to not being able to use their speed.
Give up.
Yeah, the full use of their speed. That's another one. I do like how he uses the rival boss theme.
Give up.
Ah! It sounds pretty much the same. I think it's slightly different. Oh, what the hell? Damn, Silver, you're not playing around, huh? No, I'm too slow because I don't have any boost. Oh wow.
Meteor smash!
There we go. Damn. Alright, that's Silver defeated, and his Chaos Emerald acquired. So we got the 5th Emerald and the 7th Emerald. This should be fun, let's go Sonic. I like how he's the only rival who just, after you, if you want to rematch him, he wants to have a rematch for fun, unlike Metal Sonic, who obviously wants to destroy us, you know? And Shadow, for some reason, also kind of wants to destroy us for some weird reason. Even though he has no reason to, since he stopped being a villain like over 10 years after this game came out. Alright, so here we are. The final, or not the final boss, but the boss battle for, it's gonna be the boss battle for the modern era. Any hints as to, or any guesses as to what boss it may be? I'm just gonna give you a major hint. I mean, clearly you can tell it's an Eggman boss because he's playing the Eggman theme. But hint, it comes from the best Sonic game ever. And it, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. If you guys can't tell, for those of you who don't know what's behind this gate, I mean, it should be obvious, but that's all I'm gonna say. It's from the best Sonic game ever, this boss. Yeah, that's right. It's the Egg Dragoon, the best boss ever. The best Eggman mech ever. And we actually get to fight in Eggman Land. Of course. Of course, this time around, since we don't have the Werehog, the boss had to be redesigned. So this boss is now better suited for Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, you see, we're in Eggman Land. If you actually look outside, you could see the Earth's crust. So it's a combination of the two areas from Sonic Unleashed. Even the Egg Dragoon itself has been redesigned, as you can tell. It doesn't have that green like energy core anymore. Instead, it's been replaced with 2 cockpits. And then if you pay attention, the Egg Dragoon this time has a tail. Those are about the main differences. And then of course it plays the best theme ever, the best boss theme ever. Although it's a little different, the only difference being that it doesn't use as many orchestra instruments as the Unleashed version, which still makes the Unleashed version the better version of the theme in my opinion. But I'm not gonna complain, it's still a really good theme. I mean guys, come on, what else was it gonna be? What other boss could it be? Of course it was gonna be the Egg Dragoon. I wasn't joking when I said that this boss and this Eggman mech is the best in the series. Even even Sonic Team knew it. They had to bring it back. It wasn't gonna be any other one. I mean, Nego Wisp armor? I don't think so. It's good, but not Egg Dragoon good. And yeah, you can forget about the ones from Sonic 06. I mean, come on. Egg Wyvern? Egg Genesis? I don't think so. Oh, look at that. Now we're doing the skydiving portion. Yeah, remember this? We were falling through Eggman Land as we ended up in the core. Oh, come on, I'm almost there. Nice. Oh, what did I get hit by? We're back. We're back in Eggman Land. Oh yeah, and of course it has more attacks. It could separate the head and the canopy, or the canopy and the body. I'm telling you, this. Oh man, you know how Eggman said that the original Egg Dragoon was the prototype 1? I'd like to think this is either the prototype 2 or the final version of the Egg Dragoon, which I guess would technically be the Mark II. Or the Mark III if you really want to get technical, because the mech he uses in the Unleashed intro looks a lot like the Egg Dragoon.
I can't believe this! I was supposed to beat you this time!
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't get that memo. I beat you every time. No, seriously. We beat this guy every time. It's like it's our job or something.
What's Eggman even doing here? I thought you said he'd been kidnapped by that big weird thing that sent us all to this place. See? He was kidnapped. This is getting stranger all the time.
Okay, now we could explore this area. And we got the final emerald, which looks like is the... Oh, it's not the final. Well, the 6th emerald, which is a cyan emerald. Come on. If you guys thought it was gonna be anything other than Egg Dragoon, what else could it be, for real? I'm telling you, that's how you know. I'm not joking when I say that Sonic Unleashed is the best Sonic game ever. They really, of all the bosses they could have picked, they picked one from Sonic Unleashed. And not only that, they picked the best boss from Sonic Unleashed, because they could have picked any of the day boss stages, or the day boss battles, you know, like the Egg Lancer, the Egg Double Ray, the Egg Beetle. But they went with the Egg Dragoon, which even then, you really think about it, your first thoughts would have been like, no, not Egg Dragoon, because it was made for the Werehog. They surely wouldn't redesign them. Or how would they make it work? They'd use one of the daytime stages. But see, that's the thing. It's that good that they were willing to redesign the boss just so it works for Sonic the Hedgehog. That's how good the Egg Dragoon is. I'm not joking, guys. Are you guys tired of me glazing the Egg Dragoon already? I will say this though, I have an interesting kind of like headcanon fan theory type of thing. So you saw how the Egg Dragoon was redesigned, right? Like it looks very different and has different attacks compared to the original. I'd like to think that my theory is, what I'd like to think is that when Eggman created the first Egg Dragoon, you know, the one that we fight as in Unleashed as a Warhog. That was supposed to be an anti-Sonic the Hedgehog mech. And, you know, if he would have fought against Sonic the Hedgehog, I feel like he probably would have won. Because I just think its attacks, its like inherent weakness and whatnot, like Sonic the Hedgehog probably wouldn't have been able to easily dodge them or like, you know, damage the mech as much with his abilities. But since Eggman didn't account for Sonic turning into the Warhog when he designed that thing, or taking him on as a Warhog, I'd like to think that's why he lost. And why he was in a bit of disbelief when he lost, and why he was so confident that he was going to beat Sonic with the Egg Dragoon, because we've never seen him be that confident when he unveils a new mech, you know? But it seemed like that time around he was certain that the Egg Dragoon was gonna be the mech to defeat Sonic. And then this time around, you know, yeah, this time around he got a second chance. So I'd like to think Eggman was possibly anticipating like, okay, I'm gonna fight him in his Warhog form, so I need to upgrade it to make sure it's the perfect counter for his Warhog abilities. But unfortunately, going back in time didn't restore everything the way it was. So Sonic didn't have his special abilities. Or his Warhog abilities, I should say. Yeah, I'd like to think that with this version of the Egg Dragoon, you know, he was anticipating fighting Sonic the Warhog, but, you know, Sonic didn't get his Warhog powers back with all this time stuff. So because it was a counter to the Warhog, it wasn't going to be a good counter for Sonic the Hedgehog. And also, keep in mind, this time, the other reason why he had to do it was because he didn't have Dark Gaia's power to help him out. Because remember, in Unleashed, he said that he harnessed the energy of Dark Gaia. But Dark Gaia wasn't around this time. So he had to make... yeah, he had to, that's why I think he had to also redesign. Yeah, why he also had to redesign the Egg Dragoon. So that's kind of my headcanon there, you know. He had to redesign it so it could be just as good as the original, if not better. But he also wanted to make it just in case he had to fight the Warhog again, but he didn't. Cause think about it. Think about the attacks it has. There's no way. Imagine that, like the Egg Dragoon we just fought, but as the Warhog, it just wouldn't work. Like Sonic the Warhog would just not be able to touch him. Same thing with the original Egg Dragoon. I just don't think Sonic the Hedgehog would have been able to deal as much damage to yeah, I just don't think he would have been able to deal as much damage to the Egg Dragoon, especially with also having like a smaller platform to work on and not being able to utilize his abilities and his speed to the max, yeah, to the best of their abilities. So that's kind of my thoughts. That's kind of like my headcanon with that. That's what I think about the Egg Dragoon. But still, best Eggman mech ever. I mean, it's better than the Death Egg Robot. It's just better in every way. I know the Death Egg Robot is the original, but the Egg Dragoon, I'm telling you, it's no joke. It's the best. I think that's all I have to say about that. Anyways, let's move on to this giant boss battle gate.
Okay, whatever whatever you are. If you want to avoid an embarrassing beatdown, you better give up now.
You're not in a position to demand anything, you nasty little pincushion.
Eggman! But how?
He had a little help.
Dr. Robotnik!
Nobody calls me that anymore. If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past. After my most recent setback, I stumbled upon the primordial form of this unique creation, which I discovered had amazing abilities even I have never been able to master. It could erase time and space. I then had the brilliant idea to use my discovery to undo my previous defeats. In order to perfect it, I needed the help of somebody as smart as I am. The only person that smart is me. Oh, you are too kind, my dear future self, and I was happy to help. I captured your friends, flinging them through time to bait my traps.
But the more your monster tears through time, the more damage you do to the world.
The world? I'm going to own the world when I'm finished with Sonic! Wow, will I really get that crazy? We'll see who's crazy after I destroy both Sonics. Forever. You mean after we destroy them? Less arguing, more destroying.
Destroy me? You and what mustache? I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's two of me.
Then I'll have twice as much fun defeating you.
Keep moving!
Move all you want, I'm still going to stump you into a blue jelly. That was just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
Do it, Sonic!
Come on, Sonic! Smack him!
Not you!
You've got this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic.
Who are they? They are insignificant. You've got the power, Sonic.
Focus your spirit.
We're with you guys! I believe in you, Sonic!
Don't give in, Sonic.
I know you can do this, Sonic!
You can win, Sonic!
You always do.
Time to scramble some Eggman, Supersonic style!
So surprise, surprise, looks like Dr. Eggman and Dr. Robotnik were behind it the whole time. So now we're battling against the final boss, the Time Eater.
Sonic, can you hear me? I worked with me to modify these transceivers. Even though we're in different dimensions, we're still able to hear us. Welcome to We're all gonna teach it a lesson.
Okay, so for this fight, it's actually a pretty fairly straightforward supersonic boss fight. Just got your supersonic boost, dodge the attacks, collect rings, make sure you hit the Time Eater, and when he leaves, you gotta switch to classic Sonic.
Is something the matter?
I like that, how you switch, when you switch Sonics, like, you switch to 3D or modern Sonic and the battle becomes 3D. And then you change to classic Sonic, it changes to 2D perspective. See, now we gotta switch back. So the best way to close in on them is to just like repeatedly like tap the boost button. Cause you could hold it down, but you don't get as much acceleration as if you were like to repeatedly just use it in bursts. I do like how they actually reference the fact that Dr. Eggman used to be called Dr. Robotnik, at least in the States. And then, you know, he says, no one calls me that anymore, which is true, because after Sonic Adventure, like, they did streamline everything. They did make it so that his real name is Dr. Eggman, or that his real name is Dr. Robotnik, but he just goes by Dr. Eggman in spite of Sonic. Alright, we're close. Oh man. You just want to boost right into the core. What's going on?
That looks like a homing shot.
Well, like I was saying, it's true. Basically, after Sonic Adventure, I don't know anyone who has ever... I don't know when they have ever called Dr. Eggman Dr. Robotnik again. The only exception is, really, the only exception is the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like the live action ones, but I mean, those don't really count as it's a different universe from the games. And considering that, you know, the movie was made by Paramount, which is an American, yeah, it's an American movie studios. I forgot the word for a minute there. I feel like, of course, they were gonna go with Dr. Robotnik instead of Dr. Eggman, even though Dr. Eggman is more iconic. But they still do call him Dr. Eggman in the movies. But I guess, given the fact that, you know, Jim Carrey clearly does not have an egg-shaped body, I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, they do call him Eggman for different reasons in the movie. If you've seen the movie, you would know why. Why am I not? I just realized I'm not doing so good in this fight. It's taking me quite a while. Come on, we're close. Ah, he switched back to 3D. I like how he just abandoned Orbot and Cubot too after Colors, remember? Remember how they were drifting off in space after Colors? It looks like he found the time reader like literally right after. Come on. Oh my god. Ah. How many more hits do I have to hit it with? I forget how many hits this thing takes. You actually pay really close attention, the song changes when you switch Sonics. What does that mean? Whoa. Everything is moving slow except for him.
Time's going to return to normal.
He's back inside. Oh man.
Like a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic! Time's going to slow down!
The time flow's gonna go back to normal.
What's that? Look out, Sonic!
It's a arm attack.
Come on. Ah. I think that's the end. Oh. Nope. I think one more hit should end it. Oh yeah, this is the end.
Left bumper and right bumper at the same time to combine your powers.
Damn. Took me 7 minutes. 7.5 minutes. Oh, I got an S rank? Really? Okay, I'll take it.
Still warm. Time travel.
I'll admit, you weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great! He collects how many? Wow, where does somebody put all those gold rings?
You know what? I don't know. I keep forgetting to ask.
It was great teaming up with you. Hope you learned a few tricks that'll help you out in the future. I mean, the past. You know what I mean. Dude, sweet! And you're only gonna get better!
There's our ride!
Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
And with that, that's Sonic Generations. So, really good game. I mean, I just love it because it's basically a Sonic anniversary game. It takes you through the history of Sonic, and you know, you get to play levels, classic levels as modern Sonic, and modern levels as classic Sonic. It's cool because you get to see what these levels would have been like if they were made in the other respective eras, you know? Now I will say, like, this game is really good. The gameplay is fun for both Sonics. Only complaints I really have with this game is, it's a little too short. I mean, a total of 9 levels, 2 acts each, 18 levels. not too long, and I mean the fact that they kind of padded out with challenges, I don't know, I don't really like that. But at least they only make you do one challenge per stage, you know? I mean, they could have padded it out even longer, but they chose not to do that, which thank God. What else is there? I guess the story, I mean, the story often gets criticized for this game because there's barely any story, which, I mean, yeah, to be fair, the whole point of the game is to basically just be an anniversary game, right? To celebrate the 20th anniversary of Sonic. But I do think they could have done a little more. Maybe they could have introduced more of the classic Sonic characters. Like, they could have brought classic Knuckles in. Maybe have classic Dr. Eggman be a little more involved. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. What else is there? This game definitely is pretty easy though. I mean, I know you saw me struggling a bit, but I don't know. It's been a while since I played this, and just kind of getting used to the classic controls in this game. It's a little, for me, it was a little jarring because it had, I mean, guys, it's been what? I think like 3 years since I last played the Genesis games. I mean, I played those back in 2021. It's 24 now. Oh, I love City Escape. I just like seeing that, this little montage of all the Sonic games. Yeah, and I just love this game. It's just such a good trip down memory lane. Especially, like I said, for this marathon, we get to take a trip through the journey we've been on so far. This journey that I've been through this past 2 years. I mean, with the journey just around, with the journey ending just around the corner, it is nice. Now that's another thing with this game that I know. Yeah, that's another thing about this game too that isn't necessarily, well, I guess it is a bit of a complaint, but more of it, more than not, it's a missed opportunity, and it's the fact that this game never got released with DLC, which is crazy. The only DLC this game got was like a pinball, inspired by Casino Night Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I never played it because I never had it on the PS3, and I think it's only a PC exclusive. I could be wrong, but yeah, this game doesn't have any DLC, and you know that's crazy. A lot of fans think like it was a missed opportunity because they could have sold more levels as DLC, like DLC packs. Like they could have had like a Genesis pack where they added more levels from the games we played, or they could have added levels from games that this game didn't cover. Same thing with the Dreamcast, or with the Adventure era and the Modern era. Like, I know I said that Sonic and the Secret Rings is a spin-off, but it would have been cool to see at least one like Sonic and the Secret Rings level, you know? Anyways, talking about this game, so I do want to talk about like the choices they made, right, for the levels to represent. And if I had the choice to pick which ones I would go with, right? So for the first one, I do totally understand Green Hill. It's the first level that started it all. It's the most iconic. But if I had to choose, I would have went with, personally, I would have preferred Starlight Zone, just because that's my favorite zone from that game. But I do totally get why they went with Green Hill, so I can't fault them for that. With Sonic the Hedgehog 2, honestly, I think Chemical Plant is a good enough level. I mean, other honorable mentions that I probably would have been cool with, let's see, Emerald Hill, although it's basically Green Hill, so it would be a repeat. Same thing with Hilltop. I like Hilltop, but it's essentially just Green Hill but with lava. And a different color palette. Damn, I'm trying to think what else is there. What other levels are there that I would have liked? For sure not Metropolis Zone, hell no. I hate that level. Nah, I mean, I guess Casino Night. I would love to see Casino Night too. For Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I mean, I think personally, I would have either went with Death Egg, or I would have preferred to see Death Egg, or what's Death Egg, Mushroom Hill Zone, and for sure Marble Garden. That's my favorite level from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. A lot of good levels to pick from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, if I have to be honest, but if I had to narrow down one, probably Marble Garden. And then let's see, Sonic Adventure. With Sonic Adventure, Speed Highways, I mean, yeah, Speed Highway is a really good choice. What else is there?
Are you sure you saw a door over here? What? You were the one who said you saw a door over here! Well, I know it was one of us. Shut up and keep looking. What time is it? It's the exact same time as when you asked earlier, and it'll be the exact same time when you ask later. There is no time here! Let me just say that this was a brilliant plan that you came up with. Don't get too self-righteous. It'll be your plan pretty soon. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it. I heard that! Do we ever win? That depends on your definition of win. Beating Sonic? Oh, well then no. That doesn't give me much hope. Maybe I'll go back and get my teaching degree. That's not a bad idea. I've always enjoyed telling people what to do.